afternoon, everybody. What's going on out there? It's Studio 10-4 live, back with you live on the air here on the weekly update. Oh man, feels good to be back. We kind of took a little time off there last week, and personally, I took a little time off, had to take care of myself, and I'm back and feeling good, and planning on marching right on through from today and on through to the rest of the year. So. Really disappointed that I missed all of y'all there at Truckin For Kids over the weekend. Something was out of my hands. I just had to get better, so I did. I'm well, and I'm back with you today. So thanks, guys. I appreciate all the reaching out and all the calls and emails, texts, and whatnot. Thanks for everything, you guys. I really appreciate it. On the show this week, we've got Mr. Dan Linss waiting in the wings, and Mr. Tim Seaven also joining us on the show today. We're going to talk some Truckin For Kids. Got a lot of great stuff that was posted up over the weekend from the show. Be going over that and talking about some upcoming stuff that's going to be happening, whether it's 10-4 related or just trucking related. So super shout out to all the sponsors and everybody for supporting the show. I know we'll get more into that with Dan and Tim when I get them on here. Who we got on the show? That Cindy's already jumped in. Right on, Cindy. How you doing? Pete, of course, always there, man. Good to have you. Too much Louisville, huh? Too much. Okay, man. You know what? Louisville. When was that? That was a couple months ago, right? That's so far. That's so last month. I don't know. What can I tell you? It's time for Truckin For Kids. Did I mention pre-register? Wait a minute. Okay, we don't need to do that anymore either. All right. So I'm glad you guys did do that, because let me tell you, man, it paid off. It paid off. It paid off. Thank you guys for being so responsible and getting yourselves taken care of and getting in there and showing up the show. You know what? Again, on the user side, you guys that are watching today, thanks for tuning in. Some of you I can see, meaning I can see your profile picture, your name. Others are just a silhouette, the Facebook shadow, and no name. And you're probably tuning in because you're watching from the group, or your privacy settings won't let us see who you are. Billy Joe Burrell, you usually do that. Gene sometimes is doing that too, but if that's either of those or who I see over there, thanks for both of you for joining us. And Shannon Linss, it's the Dan and Shan show, back on the air too today. So can't wait to get into talking to these guys and see how everything went this weekend. Heidi, how you doing? Heidi Benjamin, good deal, man, all the way from Ohio. Our show is streamed live to several different Facebook platforms, as well as YouTube, and there's no boundaries. So obviously we can be streaming across the world, and I think sometimes we do. We've got quite a reach. There's a lot of folks that follow us on Facebook, about 290 or so, actually 300,000 if you include the lounge. So we got over 300,000 folks that tune in and check out our Facebook page and our group all week long, and appreciate you guys for all doing that. It's our privilege to bring you the best of the content that we can gather from everywhere that we're at, and everywhere that we're not, because we can't be everywhere and see everything. So we've got a lot of people out there on Team 10-4 helping us to collect all you and your trucks and your stories and bring them to the magazine. Speaking of magazines, how many of y'all have seen Richie Foster's Bad 389 on the cover of this month's May 2023? Right there it is. Happened to be on that photo shoot, and I got a video that I've got to post of Richie when we were at the show and shooting that. So I will share that with you guys soon. Are we supposed to do that registration for every show? For Truckin For Kids, if you're asking about pre-registration, yes. For our show, we're going to have you pre-register all the time. It gives us something to shoot for, as well as getting all those early entries in. We offer a special bonus for the first 200. We have a bonus bucket of amazing products that are given up by our sponsors and people that want to help promote their products through the show. And I would imagine, in fact, Dan can probably tell us more about it, as well as Tim. It's much better for us to get y'all pre-registered. And then And it's also quicker through the gate. So I heard there was a pretty good line on Saturday, but just think if it would have been not pre-registered folks, and same thing on Sunday too. But we'll get more to that since I wasn't there. Let's bring Dan and Tim into the show and see what the heck, man. Dan, the man, what's going on? Tim, how are you? Ooh, caught caught with Newcastle.
I'm sneaking onto the logo here. Oh, there we go.
There you go, buddy. We'll
hey, everybody.
How's it going?
You guys look like you survived the show okay, wearing your bobtail apparel shirt too. Look at you. I think that's Bob. Is that a bobtail apparel? Or, oh, stay loaded. Okay. Stay loaded. Oh.
Watch it, brother.
Yeah.
It's my eyes. I can't see anything. Love them both, though. Great partners. Glad to have them both on board.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So tell me what I missed this weekend, damn it.
Everything.
I know. God, I was dying here, man. Just dying watching all of the trucks and videos and everything that people were posting all over social media. It really, man, yeah.
Well, the one thing you didn't miss was a couple sunburns. I know Dan and I and Shannon suffered through. Yeah.
Yeah, you got that forehead thing going. That's for sure, man. It's a little red.
Bit. Not too bad, you know. Shannon bought me a Baracho's hat for Sunday.
Oh yeah.
So I did get to wear that a little bit. It's not good for taking pictures, but the rest of the time I had it on. So you know, a day late and a dollar short. But what are you gonna do?
You know, the Baracho hats, by the way, free love to those guys, man. But what a great hat! I've got one too. I've got one from last year, and in fact, I don't know if I got it for Truckin For Kids or if it was at the Souza Memorial. But either way, that thing, you know, there's enough shade on that hat for two people. So it's a lot. It's a great hat. A lot of fun to wear those. So I'm impressed as heck. I mean, as sad as I was inside that I wasn't able to be there with you guys and do what we do together at Truckin For Kids. It looks like it was just an amazing show and everybody had a good time. So start off with Saturday. How did things go Saturday and on into the day and night? Tell us what it was like.
Saturday was a little hectic, which, you know, it is what it is. Trucks are rolling in, vendors are coming in, people were coming in to, you know, spectate. Actually, in a lot of ways, Saturday was busier even for spectators than Sunday. A lot of the vendors said that Saturday was their biggest day, maybe because Sunday they were all watching the really great racing. Yeah. But, you know, honestly, for the volume we had coming in, and, you know, there were like 80% of the trucks coming in were combos. So, you know, they're not like little things coming in. They take a lot of space. The track said the first truck lined up at 3:17 a.m. And by the time we got there at 7, the gate wasn't supposed to open until 9. There was a 2-mile line down the street. And there was pretty much a 1 to 1.5 mile line until at least 10 o'clock, Tim?
Oh, yeah.
And then even after that, it was a half a mile. I mean, it was all the way up until maybe 1 o'clock before it was finally not really a line. And which, you know, it is what it is. We got everybody checked in as fast as we could, or I should say the track did. And, you know, it was, like I said, it was a little hectic, but things got done. People got in, people got parked. You know, I will say, you know, before the show, so as everyone who's watching might know, we closed our pre-registration on Monday night. And at that point, we were almost at capacity. I mean, we were close enough to say we were at capacity, so we didn't have too many show up at the gate and have to turn them away. Truth is, we maybe had 20 spots left. And so we were kind of kicking it around, and someone here in the comments mentioned some of the hubbub for mats, and we actually did not want that to happen. So Friday night, Tim and I sat down with the parking plan till almost 1 a.m, and we reconfigured the parking, and we tightened everybody up. Instead of 9-foot spaces in between like we wanted, we went down to 5 feet. We were able to cleave another 52, I believe, spots.
Right.
And so, you know, really we had room for a little over 300 on the lot. And if everybody who registered and who came would have showed, we would have absolutely filled every spot. Thankfully, or not, whatever, we had about 20 pre-registered that didn't show, which we had room for, but they didn't show. So we ended up with a little bit of space at the end, which is okay. We did not have to turn anyone away. So that was awesome. And as I just alluded to, our numbers were, pretty phenomenal. I mean, we had 288 registered trucks, 22 drag trucks. We figure we had about 275 trucks on the lot if you count vendor trucks and whatnot. So that's pretty awesome.
I think it goes without saying, but I think we should mention it too. There's a couple of different dynamics going on here. So, in case everybody watching knows or doesn't, Truckin for Kids, the truck show is Truckin for Kids, and that's what the show is. It's ran by all the volunteers and Team 10-4 and everybody that gets together and makes this thing happen. All, of course, for charity for the Shriners kids. The logistics that are happening out there are those that the track puts on and takes care of. Now, given the fact that this is all they do is check people in every weekend, weekday, weeknight, whenever they have an event. That's all they do. And we backed them up as much as we did. I think y'all ought to kind of pat yourselves on the back for making such a great showing at Truckin for Kids 2023. And do it again next year, because I think it only brings and stands to reason to make it even bigger and better. But maybe they'll get better at getting people checked through faster too. I don't know if there's a solution for that.
Well, actually, to that, we spoke to the track a little bit after the show and came up with a couple of ideas to kind of speed things up a little bit. But they also said that our parking plan was a lot smoother than it was last year. So track gave us a lot of kudos for how we handled this year, especially with the volume that we had, which was more than double what we had last year. So it was nice to hear that from them.
Well, and as a lot might know, because we have talked about it, we've kind of struggled with, dealing with, the track and getting things that we wanted to get. And we weren't sure if they quite understood how this all worked. And they kind of had put a little faith in us and just kind of went with our decisions. And in the end, it worked out, and they admitted that, and actually were very excited at the end of the show. And we were kind of like, we'll see how this year goes. And honestly, it went pretty dang good. And they are already talking about, if you want the same weekend next year, we're good to go. Let's do it. It was great. So if that is the case and we do decide to do that, it means we're going to be a lot ahead of the game, because next year won't be like our first time with a 2-day. We can actually focus on streamlining some systems, making things a little more fun. We can kind of worry less about the logistics and the track stuff, and just worry about improving,
I think you guys pulled it off in a big way, because let's roll back to last year. Last year we had some challenges and got through them, namely going from what we know it to be as, and that's a 2-day show, to a 1-day show. Got through that, made it happen, came back, did it again, back to a 2-day show with a completely new date from, not just a few weekends away from the original normal, usual time of the year, but making it into a spring show. And what an absolute success it turned out to be. I can't say it enough how great it is.
Well, you should acknowledge here, Julie Robertson here is making comments. She's one of our Shriners reps. So thanks for being here, Julie. And that doesn't look like you in your profile pics. You're being goofy there or what?
I've been posting up her comments since she started talking in the show. I figured she had to be a Shriner affiliate of some sort or another. But Julie, thank you very much. Absolutely for tuning in and participating. So obviously Shriners has got to be pretty happy. I understand we had some pretty big people there from Shriners checking it out and seeing what was going on.
Yeah. We did. We actually had a couple of their ambassadors, and where they got the Fez hats and the vests and walked around and talked to people. And we had a couple. Yes, she's out of Tampa, Florida. We had a couple of their patient ambassadors who Isaac and Carlos, who walked around on Sunday and picked our Shriners Charity's Choice, which happened to be the Lowlife Peterbilt owned by Dan Brubaker, which was parked in the Renegade booth. So I thought that was a pretty snazzy pick. Good job on their part. And they were pretty excited. Isaac came up and helped us hand out the trophy and got a little love up there. So that was kind of fun. And Yeah, it was a good. They definitely have been a lot of help, and we have a new crew at Shriners that's really getting on board with Julie and Tony and Amanda, who's been involved for a while with us since the beginning, and they're really committed to helping us. There you go, Tommy, Ray, and Bruce. There you go.
Yep.
And so next year they're really talking about stepping up and really going, full on Shriner on us.
Hey, you guys bring out those mini cars, then I'll know the Shriners are there. Where I came out of California, down in Folsom, California, they had a temple of those guys, and let me tell you, every year at the Veterans Parade, they were out there doing figure eights and donuts and everything, and just having a real fun time with it. And you probably, Julie, you may have known about this story. Somebody broke into their container and stole all their carts.
Oh, geez.
So, yeah, can you believe that crap? I mean, what the hell is wrong with people? But anyway, Kelly, thanks for tuning in, by the way. And I missed both you and Bruce, and congratulations again on making it on the cover last month. Great job. Wished I could have met you guys there at the show too.
And you missed Bruce. Bruce ran his truck down the track.
I saw that
a couple times. Yeah,
I saw that. Who? I wonder who egged him on to do that, or if he just did it on his own.
I don't know.
If you know the two of those, I'm sure it was her egging him on.
Way to go, Kelly! You did a good job. So, I understand the Kids Zone was a big hit this year too. I was hearing a lot of good things about that, and so we had something for the kids both Saturday and Sunday.
Oh yeah,
man, I think it was a huge hit. I heard a lot of things like it was long time coming. It's about time. Great. Every time I looked at it, it was jam packed. For those who haven't seen pictures, a friend of ours has a side company that has all these games that you can rent for parties, and they're sort of kids games, but also adults can play them.
Sure.
Typically when adults play them, they're drinking games, but we had just
drink, drunk. Don't ever
all kinds.
Right?
Exactly. Is it called Twisted Games? I think it's called Twisted Games. I should have had that information, but so we had all these games painted bright green and black, and we had the coloring contest with Miss Flatbed Red drew our coloring for 3 different age groups. Premier Paving, our friends there, donated 6 bikes each day to give away. Not only did they donate them, but they built them. Thank you. Wow. And also a gift certificate for a helmet. And my friends Clayton Crofts at Precision Auto donated money to help fund the Kids Zone. So it was awesome. I mean, definitely we will expand upon that a little bit more next year. And that is an area that was a very big hit. I mean, it's Truckin For Kids. And, I can't tell you how many times we've heard, where's the kid stuff? And so when we acquired this event, there were 2 things we really wanted to do, and that was be kid-centric and charity-centric. Yeah. And first year, we didn't really have time to get to the kids part. We did our best. But so this year we had the Kids Zone. We had kids shirts. We definitely are involving the charity a lot, making them a lot more visible. We want people to know where their funds and where their money and where their contributions are going. So not just throwing it in the wind. So, and I think we've done a pretty good job of doing that. So I feel good about it.
Trevor asked how many cover truckers have been Shriners. I have no idea on that, Trevor, but if you guys are out there and you're a cover trucker, which by the way, we're going to see here in a minute, because I've got a bunch of pictures we're going to share. A lot of cover truckers were at the show. So, including last month, and I'm sure you heard it here first. Some future cover truckers probably were there as well. So
probably there was some nice stuff out there.
Nice stuff, and that goes with just me saying, not talking to Dan or Tim. I just looked through there and said, there's some possibilities here. But let's have a look at some of these great looking trucks that made it out there this last weekend. Of course, Ron Versteeg, and this was January 21, Dan, is that right?
20 or 21, I forget.
20 or 21, yeah. But good old Ron Versteeg. And Ron, in case you guys don't know, he is a crew partner for Justin Ashley and the Phillips NHRA. Yeah, I almost gave the D on there, but NHRA Top Fuel dragster, and which is doing very well this year. Just a quick note on that. They showed the crash that Hot for Teacher was in and Pomona, I guess last year at the opening of the season, and it was an NHRA special. They crashed, but they lived, or they made it, kind of thing. And boy, that car took a beating. So we know why he's not out there running it now, and he's out there
And
being
that car was supposed to be at TFK, maybe
Yeah.
just to start up in the pits and maybe have the driver out there signing autographs, but they wrecked it and they haven't replaced it yet. So
They have not. Yeah, they have not. So best of luck to you, Ron, and your team. I hope you guys get that truck back up and soon. As we go through here, you guys don't hesitate to call anybody out that you want to, or you see.
The green ones were Dave Francesco, right?
Yep.
Pretty sure. DDT. Well, the green and black one for sure.
Okay.
That's a cover truck.
Okay. Cruising on through here. There
That's
we go.
Campbell, isn't it?
No, not Jason Corville.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
That's Corville. That's Rogue truck body there. Nice. Heavy haul row. So was heavy haul row full again or filled back up? I should say filled back up. Last year was a little bit sparsy, but this year we filled it up, huh?
Absolutely.
It would have been full, but there were some that were so big they wouldn't fit in that spot, and we ended up parking about all of the Monson trucks, and there were 6 or 7 of them, Monson and Son,
There were 6
in front of them. So all of those heavy hauls were this way, and then the other ones were in front of it. So yeah, if you'd have put them all end to end, it would have filled that up with heavy hauls. It was amazing how many heavy hauls rolled in there.
Those guys last year, I'll tell you what, they were having a party over there, man. There was a lot going on, and on the backs of these low beds, they were having a good old time. Is that Vince's truck right there? No, not. We got the double J all up front. That looks good. Got to see that. Now, whose truck is that?
That's Shane Bullion.
That is Shane.
Yep.
I thought that was Shane. He came out again, huh?
Yep. And then sitting right next to him, I don't know if that is featured, is Dustin Graff. That's our February 2023 cover.
How about that?
He was hooked to a bolt. He was hooked to a cattle pod on our cover. Here he was hooked to a hopper bottom, I think.
Okay. Well, it's Shane. Nice of you to come out, buddy. So we were right up against another show last weekend too, weren't we?
Wildwood was happening the same time, clear on the other coast, but yes, it was.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
They did not have the weather we had.
Really? What? I didn't
They
hear
had
anything.
wind, rain, hail, and tornado warnings.
Sorry, guys. California would have been the better place to be then, maybe, huh? Yeah.
Oh, there's Dustin. Okay, so there's Dustin. Dustin Graff, our February cover.
Uh-huh. Looking good. Yeah, looking real good.
I'm not sure.
Nice looking Pete, though. Late model with the double J brackets on it. That's cool. Some of these guys are doing that. Mm-hmm. There hasn't been a specific bracket made for the late model 389s, but damn, guys, you know what? Get it done, because 389's done. So get them while you can.
I'm pretty sure they've all been got, John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the 389s, yeah, they have. They're no more.
They're all numbered. They're still making them, but they're all pre-bought.
They are. That is a fact. Got you a little bit of the
They're all John Arachi's trucks.
Yep, nice looking rides, man.
He had about 4 or 5 out there.
Nice. Hey, we know who that is. There you go.
Home base.
Yes, sir.
And I'm happy to say, and it's people's choice and competitors' choice, has nothing to do with us. I'd say if there was a big winner at the show, it was Roger Godelli with the Godfather. He won 3 trophies.
That's kidding.
A lot at our show.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, shout out, Raj. Way to go, buddy. Way to go.
Oh, there's April, and is that
Caitlin?
Okay.
Caitlin, yeah.
Registration. There's all the kids at the 10-4 booth.
10-4 crew. Yep.
Handing out. Looks like a beautiful day, man. Nice, calm, sunny, warm, beautiful. Spring
That's a cover
California.
truck.
Yep.
Terry Wright. That's with Roll On Customs.
Uh-huh. CG Sosa. We all know CG.
And CG did well too. He garnered 2 trophies.
I saw that.
I think he
Yep.
got competitors combo and lights.
And lights, yeah.
Yeah. Which is also competitor chosen. So that's a pretty big deal.
That is a big deal.
And he wanted me to specifically mention that his son CJ, who's now driving that truck, he redid all the lights a few weeks before. So we should give some big mentions and kudos to CJ, not CG.
All right, get your alphabet straight then. CJ, way to go, buddy.
That's a cover truck.
Another cover truck, yeah.
Yeah, it's Eric Gibbons.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Cody Davis. Yeah.
Big winner last year.
Yeah. Looks good every time I see him too, and he's got his trailer back, so that's good.
Yep.
Didn't have that in Louisville, so congrats, Cody. Good to have you back at the show. See Low Life back there.
Couple trucks in the pits, yeah. That was ARS Truck Lines, and yeah, Low Life back there, and
yep.
There he is, looking low, looking really low. Grand, the Roadworks crew, all there hanging out doing their thing.
Yep, good having them out there.
Nice to see the big guys showing up too. You know, Roadworks, NHRDA. Yeah, good for them too. Who do we got here?
That's Eddie Carballo's truck. That was in the Dynaflex booth.
Representing.
Kevin Scarpete's new truck. Scarpete was on the cover a few years ago, not with that truck, but that's a new truck that Botello built for him that was parked in front of the booth.
Nice job, Jeff.
Just got done, yep.
Nice job, Jeff. Looking good. Oh, they're PDI guys. All right.
Yep, they had their full-on combo spread out there looking good.
Right on. Thanks,
and
PDI.
We would like to absolutely thank them for being one of our top sponsors, one of our presenting sponsors, PDI, along with NTA, Wayne at North American Transportation Association, our 2 big heavy hitters this year. And I won't say who, but we already have a commitment for a new presenting sponsor next year that came from this show. So,
you tease! What a tease! Let's bring them.
Right.
Let's bring all of our sponsor logos back up there. NTA, PDI. Way to go, guys! Thank you.
And while I'm thanking, let's go ahead and thank Randy at NHRDA for coming out and completely running our staging lanes and our brackets and making the drag racing just go amazing and organized. I mean, it started at noon, and I tell you, I heard the last jet dragster go off, and I tell you, it must have been 4:01. We were scheduled to end at 4, or we hoped we did. And I mean, I looked at my watch and I was like, wow, 4:00 on the button. And of course, mentioning the jet dragsters, like to thank Tony over at Muy Caliente Racing for bringing those out. He brought out 2 jet dragsters, and they ran two passes, and they were a real big crowd favorite. I mean,
oh my God, they were awesome.
I think one did 183 and the other one did 196 or something like that in the 8th mile. That's moving pretty good at Irwindale Speedway.
Yeah.
So thanks to those guys for bringing those out. They're already committed to coming out next year, and we would love to have them back and more. And just thank Randy at NHRDA for really making our life a lot easier when it came to racing. He just took command and ran it, and we had some great bracket racing. And I mean, honestly, I watched the first round, and it was phenomenal. The racing was super competitive. I mean, these guys were not just goofing around. They were going for it. I mean, I was like, wow. And we had, just a great turnout of super drag trucks. There were 2 or 3 I had never seen before. I think they came out of Tijuana. They were the old school looking dragster style. And
I saw that one rat rod. It looked like it went up in the final against our buddy Mario and the Beast. And of course, Mario coming up out on top of that, huh?
I'm telling you what, Mario was getting it on. And I was standing there in the middle when his first run. And, he comes off the line a little less quick than some of the other guys. But I'll tell you what, when he hits 2nd, 3rd, 4th gear, it's adios. I mean, he's chirping 4th gear. And, this thing's just gone. And, yeah, he was our super drag winner. And I was really happy that he got to actually finally run and
Yeah.
Obviously he didn't get to run last year as he was a
Yeah.
fireball.
Yeah.
But, so that was awesome. So the racing was great. I don't know how much you got to watch, Tim. I just watched the first round, but it was fantastic. I was really excited about it. The crowd seemed really excited about the racing, and so we had a really good turnout. The stands were just filled with people. It was awesome.
It was, and the jet cars were just such a hit. And so it was when they announced the second jet car was going to go. I was already walking towards the track, and I had herds of people running past me to get through the gates. They wanted to see that jet car go. So if they weren't there for the racing, they were definitely there for the jet cars. That's for sure. So,
and we didn't even get to promote them because they were a last minute addition. So I'm really looking forward to being able to promote them and really get them into the mix.
Yeah, next year, JT will be on site too to do the live stream that we weren't able to do this year, and make it happen in a fashion and in a way that we really were excited to have done this year. And just look for things going forward, for the shows coming up, and of course Truckin For Kids next year. While we're talking about the races, though, you guys be sure and check out our event page for all the truck shows that are coming up at the next truck drags that are going to be happening. NorCal Diesel Nationals in Redding, at the Redding, California, Redding Motorsports Park in Redding, California. And that's going to be happening May 19th and 20th. NorCal Diesel Nationals, sponsored by, of course, 10-4 Magazine and many others as well, I'm sure.
Love those guys. Love those guys. Great guys.
Yeah, the 10-4 guys look pretty cool. I know. They do all right, man. They do all right. Same weekend, if you're down south somewhere in Georgia, way in the south, there's another event going on down there, the Shine in the Pines, and they're doing the similar thing down there as well. But backed up, in fact, there's a lot of shows going on that weekend. But you come out and check us out in Redding. I hope to be there and get you guys on camera and share your opinions and thoughts from the raceway. I don't know all the specs on what's happening. I know we're going to be racing, but we doing a truck show again over there at that one. Dan, did you talk to Randy at all about any of that?
Which one?
The Redding and the Nationals, the NorCal.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah, there's absolutely. They're going to have a truck, a show and shine kind of deal, and that. Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to try to be out there. I know you're going to try to be out there too, right, John?
10-4. So
we're going to try to be. We have a last minute trip planned here next week to go out to Dallas to Fort Worth for the you mentioned the 389 is toast. Well, Peterbilt's unveiling that 589. So
yep.
Shannon and I are flying out to go check that out and see what that's all about. So
Julie liked
2 weeks.
Julie apparently liked the jet cars. Never seen anything like it before. Insane, she says. So
yeah, ask Tim what his experience was with, because he thought he'd be smart and go into the middle, like on the track.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I said, I ain't going out there for the jet cars. And
Dude.
He went out there, and to tell him what happened, Tim.
I went out there and I knew what to expect, sort of.
Oh, you did, huh?
I thought I did.
That's why you did it.
I thought I did. There you go.
I wanted to get a picture of this thing going down the track, and I knew there was going to be a little bit of a jet wash or jet blast. And when I get out there, that thing took off, and when it took off, it hit me. I should have been low, but it hit me so hard that it knocked my camera up just enough that all I got was blue sky. So by the time I got that thing back down, I already popped the parachute. So it was a lot of fun though. But I sent my hat back. I forgot I was wearing a hat. Sent that back about 30 yards.
So
I was standing in the return lane, and I could feel the heat, and he was about 6 feet from it. I was about 60 feet from it. I said, I'm glad I'm not up there, but I did get a good shot of it going down the track. It didn't blow me away. So we've got one.
Good. I'm glad we at least got one. So wasn't from me, unfortunately.
So got some people chiming in from Albuquerque. We can't see who you are, so let us know who you are in the comments. And then
see you there.
Somebody else headed to Texas. See you out there, Dan. They're saying same thing. Let us know who you are in the comments there. Well, Tim, that's good to know, because next year and this year, had I set myself up like I did last year with my camera right there at the tree in the middle, it probably would have got blown over. So probably going to have somebody hold that that camera in place so that doesn't happen
Yeah, who's
next
going to
year.
do that? Hey, yeah, go stand out there and hold that. Will you?
I think Tim is eligible. He knows what
Yeah,
Tim
yeah,
knows
I
what.
want some retribution, man. I'm gonna do it
No,
again. I'll
hey,
do
you
it
know,
again. I'm gonna get low and get locked in place and get ready for it this time. So yeah, no, I'll hold your camera. I'll hold mine
okay,
too. So,
and you really know what you really know now. You really know what to expect. So
exactly. So,
Miss Julia joining us from Modesto, California. Hi,
Hey,
honey.
Julia.
Good to see you. And she says not her. So that would, yeah, probably not going to happen. Tim needs a heavier camera, is what somebody's saying. Dennis, what's going on, Dennis? That's one of the guys that was chiming in over there on us. So good to have you, Dennis. Always, buddy. Carrie Hauser, good to have you on the show. Thanks.
Casey.
Appreciate it. All right. So let's talk some expectations for next year. We're obviously planning and already the book is kind of closing on 2023. It's not quite there yet, but 24, we're in the works, right? So
I wouldn't say we're in the works yet, but give us a week. Come on.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I guess technically it is in the works. We're already talking about. I know that we've already talked about a lot of things that we could focus on this year, but I just want to revel in this one for a little bit and enjoy the calm that comes with being done. And hey, thanks, Dwayne, NRT.
thanks, Dwayne, yeah.
And to mention a couple more things here before we move on.
Sure, sure.
Obviously, we wanted to thank every company and every person that donated to our bonus buckets. We had 200 of those. We gave them all away. We kept one just to keep it because it happened to somehow end up, and we said we should just keep that. So we have one. All the items in our silent auction, those were fantastic. We raised a lot of money there, and people got some swinging deals. I mean, maybe they were too good of deals. Maybe next year, guys, step it up a little bit more. I was trying to get some tires for my car, and I got outbid. Last outbid me.
We tried, man. We tried to talk it up, on the show, and I don't know, you guys. We're gonna have to do something to drive that up a little bit because there are some super deals that the people are getting on the silent auction, and the idea is to get more money for the kids.
Right. I mean, we did. Don't get me wrong. We raised a good chunk on that silent auction.
Good deal.
I was like $13,000 just in the silent auction.
Good deal. Good
that
deal.
Was not bad. Honestly, we had 32 vendors out there. Like I mentioned, PDI as being one of our big ones. NTA is a big sponsor. He's not a vendor. He doesn't have a space. But, we had some great vendors, Roadworks and all the other vendors that we had out there. And just a fantastic group. We couldn't do it without all of them. I think our vendor row, which Tim all set up, did the floor plan and put everybody together, did a fantastic job. Very organized, very nice. Tim, we need to see some of that drone footage.
Yeah, I'll have that ready for next show. Sorry, I got some dogs barking in the background. Got some great drone footage, some great pictures.
Squirrel.
Yeah, well, I got dogs. Dogs started going crazy. So
I'm not gonna lie, we weren't supposed to fly a drone, so we were very quick about it. But I gotta tell you, the pictures that we got from this drone, I'm super excited. It is just phenomenal. I mean, it's jam-packed, yet it's organized and orderly. I was very, very proud of how it turned out and how it looked. And the pictures will do it justice for sure. It was awesome.
It will. No, and they did. They look great. So yeah, I'll have those for the next show, John. So I'll have those guys to you.
We'll talk about the light show on Saturday night. The light show was fantastic. It was the loudest light show I've ever been to. The Jake brakes, the horns, Chili Dog's out there, with his super turned up truck, just making a lot of noise and blowing smoke rings out his pipes and doing all the things he does. And we were out there till about 9:30, and it was just starting to quiet down at that point. But we were a little anxious leaving that lot for the night, leaving it all in Tim's hands. And we were really happy when we showed up the next morning, and everything was great. People cleaned up their messes. Nobody did anything stupid. And it was just awesome that everybody stepped up. So much so that Tim at the track made an announcement thanking everybody for their respect. And I think everybody had a lot of fun, but nobody, got out of hand or did anything stupid. And the track was really worried about that. So I'm really, really glad that everybody played nice and had fun and and kept our reputation intact.
Don't
Yeah,
get don't.
no, it was good. We had a good bunch of guys out there, and when it came time to shut everything down, they shut everything down, and there was no problems or issues that night. And it was awesome.
Yeah,
don't get too carried away. Everybody will take it as a challenge here for next year.
No.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Like Dan and Tim are saying, that's a big deal for everybody connected to this show, and this, I think, really proves the point that Truckin For Kids is the real deal, and under the tutelage of 10-4 Magazine and Team 10-4 and everybody involved with Truckin For Kids, that it's only going to get better. So thanks again, everybody, for showing up and doing what you did. All the volunteers too, right? I'm sure you.
Gosh.
Yeah, you guys gotta chime in and give them big thanks. I know Pete Zamora.
They're on my list. You just didn't give me time to get
to it. Okay. Don't want to steal your thunder. Go on, Dan.
They're on my list too, man. Definitely on my list too.
You guys go right ahead. Go right ahead.
We had a lot of volunteers. I bet on our roaming staff, they weren't all there at once. We had about 50 volunteers, probably. I mean, if you counted them all. Maybe not all on site at once, but maybe 35 on site, up to 40 even, each day working different things. And I wanted to certainly point out, the Kid Zone was really Shannon's kind of baby. She kind of made that happen. And her mom, Polly, was the headmaster of that and ran that whole thing. Again, another area that just kind of ran itself, that we didn't have to put a lot of time and thought into. Once we passed the baton to her, she just ran with it and did a fantastic job doing it. So big kudos to her. I just wanted to thank all of our volunteers. And actually, I wanted to even give a big shout out to Tim at Irwindale Speedway, who, we've established a really good relationship with him. And I think moving forward, we're going to have a great relationship, and he had a lot of good things to say, and he was very happy with the way the weekend turned out, and he's very excited to do it again. Yeah. So, I think that we're going to stick it out there again. I mean, hopefully the track is not going anywhere, as long as the track stays and as long as we have room to grow. And we don't have a lot of room, but we have a little room. We could grow a little bit more next year. And I think we have all that we need over there. So I'm excited to do it.
So, I mean, let's kind of a touch point right there is, everybody knows that I think that it's been very publicized, very well publicized. The track sold again. So, there's new investors that own it, but our understanding is that the management that's been there and is there have an extended lease on the property, and our information tells us that we're going to be back again. That Truckin For Kids is going to be back again. So. Yep. That's all we have to go on, and if anything changes, everybody will be the first to know, right? So
I think as long as the track stays intact and our relationship stays well, and we continue to have good shows, there's no reason for us to move until one of those things change.
Yeah,
and and I see Kendall Dickerson chiming in here, which is a big reminder. Yep. Hi, Kendall. Obviously, her dad, Dustin, and his company, Dickerson Custom Trucks, along with Doug. Doug was the big guy that helped us with our trophy. He did our trophies. Carl at Rockwood did a piece of it as well. A nice collaboration between the two. They did a little bit of tweaking from last year's trophy, and honestly, I thought they were amazing. All the sponsors were laser cut into plates on them, and they did a fantastic job. Completely donated all of that. Can't thank them enough for that. It was really awesome. So, and they've already committed
awesome trophies. Yeah.
As of this morning, they committed again. If we're game, they'll do it again next year. So That's great to hear.
Well, Dickerson Custom Trucks is always a great partner with 10-4 and Truckin For Kids now, and we appreciate them. And Kendall will sure hopefully get you involved next time when we see you in Louisville. And we just missed the opportunity this year out there to have her part of the show and watching on YouTube. So good deal. She's watching in 1080p, full 1080p on YouTube. So good for you.
She's a smart young person.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you know what? I got a little story to tell after we close this out, and it's a Facebook story, but You guys have any more left for Truckin For Kids? Anything else you want to get out there before we go?
Let's come back next year. I think this year was great. We want to
pre-register.
Pre-register.
Damn it! If I wasn't gonna, you beat me, Dan. I was gonna say pre-register.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Well, listen,
now we're tired, and it was an exhausting effort, but one that we care about. So we're happy to do it, and going back next year with having the Shriners out there and everyone to come out again. We're just excited to think about doing it again next year after we take a break and rest up a little bit. But no, it was a great time, and I was happy to do it, and it just made you feel good inside. And I'm just looking forward to next year.
Awesome. Well,
Dwayne there at NRT mentioned that they won one of those trophies. They got largest fleet. They had 10 trucks out there, and they got largest. They were pretty excited about that.
Nice job, man. Really nice job. Yeah, I can't get over just how big the show looked, and not just in size and stature, but just overall, it just seemed like a really big field this year. Even though I'm only catching snapshots and snippets of it, I can only imagine how much it must have been like being there and the impact all the trucks, especially Saturday night. I wish we could see more on that. And Tim, you got some nighttime drone shots for us too, or just daytime?
Just daytime shots.
Daytime, okay. Hey, if anybody out there's got anything from Saturday night, we'd love to see it. So don't hesitate. Share it over on the 10-4 Magazine Lounge. We'd love to see those photographs or videos, whatever you've got.
I got a few photos, but not that many, to be honest. It was really crowded out there. It was hard to shoot, even for me.
Yeah. Well, congratulations again to everybody, including all of the team that puts the show on and makes it happen. But congratulations to all the spectators for you guys coming out and doing such a great job of not only supporting the show by showing up, but taking care of business Saturday night, being respectful while you were there, and making it uneventful to come in Sunday morning and take the reins and run for the day. Yep. So congratulations.
Wayne's asking if we can buy shirts anywhere. We're not even sure how many we have left. We haven't went through the boxes that are in the trailer. We'll go through those here in a few days. I think we had one partial box left, which is not very many. So we'll address that if there's a place we could possibly sell what we have left, possibly at another show, but like Reno. I don't know if they're planning to be there, but we'll address that as well. And to stay tuned, we'll be making our donation to Shriners a little bit quicker than we did last year. We're a little bit on top of things with the numbers and stuff, so we should have a number here pretty soon. And I don't want to let any cats out of the bag, but I will say it's a little bit better than last year.
Just a little.
Neat. We got somebody volunteering at Man Lift for next year. So heck yeah, why not? Bring it on out there, man. That'd be.
That was already cool. One of our suggestions, to maybe rent one of those and put it next to the track and have a photographer up there.
Yep. So we can't, obviously, if you're watching right now, this is what we're seeing as to who you are. Kelly. So bye, Kelly. And hopefully we'll talk to you and see you soon somewhere. Let us know who you are there with the Man Lift. Appreciate that. That's great. Dates for next year. Good question. Well, we're right back where we are now, or at least in that proximity. We're going to keep it in the spring, right?
Absolutely. We haven't chosen a date, but we'll know pretty soon. Yeah. I'd say within a month, we'll have a date secured. We just haven't sat down and looked at the calendar and, first things first,
Yep, sure.
But we'll have it pretty soon.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think it worked out just amazing. Spring show, everything around our region. This was it. So what a great opportunity to showcase Truckin For Kids and do everything we can to benefit the kids, the Shriners Children's Hospital there in Southern California. So congratulations, guys. I know you worked really hard on this, and it took a lot of time and dedication and energy to get her done. Everybody's got day jobs, and Dan, your day job is 10-4 Magazine, so you got one too, buddy. And
there was just missing one thing. John,
JT.
Yeah, JT here.
Thanks, guys.
So he'll be out there next year, and he'll be doing his thing, and it'll just make it all that much better.
Thank you, Dan.
We're going to see you in Reno, right, John?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah. JT's on the mend. I'm good. I'm under a lot of care right now with meds and my own personal taking care of myself better, and doing what I got to do because I tend to be around for a long time. So appreciate you guys. Love you both.
I would just finish with just thanks everybody. Yeah, like you said, just everybody. Thank you for making it happen, and everybody. The biggest thing, everybody just seemed happy, and everybody just kept telling me. Everybody was positive. I had 4 or 5 people specifically tell me, I didn't hear anything negative. I didn't hear any drama. I didn't hear any BS. I didn't hear anybody complaining. And, that's really unheard of at a truck show of this size. And for them, they thought, wow, that's odd. And so, I mean, that's awesome. And, that's really what we strived for, why we kept the judging simple with competitors and people's choice. It's really, we want to have fun too. I mean, we've been to a lot of shows. We know how these things go. We're not out there, for drama and mayhem. We just want to have just a good time and promote the culture and the community of trucking. And I hope that we accomplish that based on the things people said and the smiles and the good comments. And I feel like we did a good job with that. So
hey, maybe next year we can have a drama booth just in case somebody really wants some. You pay $100, you get slapped in the face,
dunk tank,
called names, and
a dunk tank, and whoever's creating the drama, we put them in the tank.
Everyone gets to throw balls at the target.
Yeah, so you get your frustrations out. Get in the tank.
Hey, I don't think it's a bad idea.
Except if they want to put me in it. Wait.
You know what, guys? Congrats again. Just I love the fact you came out laughing and having a good time and talking nothing but what a great experience it was and how great it's going to be to do it again. So that says a lot. All right. Well, listen, we'll keep in touch, and obviously Tim will get a hold of you to get some of that footage and get you guys back on the show again soon. Shows coming up that are big for 10-4. Our next big for sure Team 10-4 get together out of show is going to be Reno. So everybody look for that. That's coming up in June. That's June 8th, 9th, and 10th at the Grand Sierra Resort and Casino in Reno, Nevada. And if you weren't there last time around when they had it, get yourselves on out there this time, because I'll tell you what, it's worth the drive or wherever you got to be. So be there. All right, you guys, take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much.
All right, y'all. Had to say goodbye to Dan and Tim there and get them guys back out of there. I'm sure Dan's still got stuff he's probably catching up on and things he needs to get done. But I'm excited for 10-4 magazine. I'm excited for Truckin For Kids. Mr. Frank Strohmeyer, what up, buddy? Yeah, good to have you on the show, man. My buddy Frank. Frank was super at helping me at the Louisville Matt's Mid-America Truck Show, part of the camera crew there, Studio 10-4 Live camera crew out there, and making it all happen for us. And, of course, regular contributor to 10-4 magazine. Back to Reno for a second. Again, that show that last time around when they had it there, I mean, it pretty much surrounded the entire resort parking lot area. So I'm thinking that it's probably going to do that again and probably more. So look forward to being there for that. And looking forward to seeing all of you there and everybody I missed at Truckin For Kids. We'll see you along the way this year at different shows throughout the year. There's a bunch of them available. You guys be sure, go to our event page. In fact, I'm looking at it right now. There it is on our website, 10-4 Magazine. And all you have to do is click on the events tab right there that I'm pointing at. All the truck shows and events that we've been alerted about and know about, they're all right here. So, and the cool thing is, not only are they there for you to look at, you can click on the links. That'll take you and get you whatever website or Facebook or whatever page they put up there for their particular show. Best thing to do before you go to any truck show anytime is do that so that uh, you can get on over there and make sure that the show's on time, as scheduled, and there's not any problems with that. So be sure and check it out. 10 4magazine.com events tab. Casey, 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks away for what? What do we got? 2.5 weeks coming up. Peterbilt Pride and Class, the reveal. Yes, sir. If that's what you're talking about, that's coming up really quick. So a lot of good stuff. Mr. Rick Nay, what you doing, buddy? I don't know if you were at Truckin For Kids this year, but I certainly missed you if you were. And if you weren't, well, then I would have missed you anyways. But good to see you, man. Glad to have you on there. Southern Indiana Truck Show. Oh, 10-4, Casey. Okay. Right on. There's so many shows this year. It's amazing that there's that many different places in the United States that can get these things together and pull a show truck get together off. So congrats to everybody trying to, and those that succeed. I want to say thanks to everybody. I appreciate all the well wishes and stuff. And listen, I wasn't in a real bad way. Truth be told, I've got a condition called atrial fibrillation. It's just AFib, and I say just AFib because there's so many people that have this deal, and there's no rhyme or reason for it. There's just things that could possibly trigger it, and that's all they have is information for it. There's a lot of different ways that it's treated out there. I do suggest that everybody take a page though from my book, and be sure and stay up on your numbers, meaning your blood pressure, your heart rate. Buy a monitor. They're very inexpensive. Get one that Costco has a great blood pressure monitor that gives you your heart rate, blood pressure, and it lets you know if you have an irregular heartbeat. The other thing that you can pick up that's really affordable too is the cardio deal that's on Amazon. But let me tell you a little bit just about that real quick. What they don't tell you is if you want to get all the features that they have on their commercial that everybody sees on TV, if you want all those features, it's $100 a year. You got to pay for that. You do get the free reading that does tell you if you get a 30-second EKG, and that's part of what you buy when you buy this device, and you get the app for free downloaded from your app store. But the other features that it offers, yeah, you got to pay for those, either $9.99 a month or $100 for the year. So yeah, sorry to let your secret out, guys, but that I think isn't right that you guys don't advertise that along with your device to let everybody know you're going to have to pay to play. The device that Costco I'm referring to, you don't have to pay anything but the purchase price for that, and it's a very high quality device and it works really well. Let me also say too, listen, we are what we eat. That for me is just I put pounds on, but it also has to do with the condition that I have, which is atrial fibrillation. And my readings, all of my other blood readings, and all the levels that everybody gets checked out, diabetes, cholesterol, you name it, proteins, blah blah blah, all that stuff. I'm fit as a fiddle. And it never ceases to piss the doctors off that a guy my size, who they hate seeing as big as I am, outdoes them on their numbers, their labs. It just it ceases to to not upset them. And you know what? I see that somebody said that they had it and get the ablation surgery. It fixed mine. You know what? Something I am, and I'm working on that right now. I don't qualify for that for whatever reason. I have yet to find out why. I just found out again today, and they want to wait and see what happens 3 months and then go from there. So I'm going to push real hard for it. Thanks for the heads up on that. You're absolutely right. Why can't I just get that done is a really, really great question. Anybody else out there, irregular heartbeats, get yourself checked out. If it feels funky, go to the doctor, get checked out. I just tell you that if I'd have gone sooner, I wouldn't have ended up probably being in the hospital last week for a few days getting my heart rate under control. But that's basically, I had a runaway heart. You ever heard of a runaway diesel, runaway Detroit? Back in the day, man, Detroits used to be notorious for that. They were runaways. I had a runaway heart. So they got me under control, and I'm in much better shape. So thanks again, everybody, for asking. Keep the shiny side up. We'll see you next week here on Studio 10-4 Live. We definitely have some things to make up since we missed last week, and we'll get that taken care of. And then, of course, our cover truck show will be coming up this month as well. All right, y'all, take care. We'll see you soon.